Welcome everyone to this latest Groove Loops podcast, video cast with myself, John Howes, and Gary Carruthers. Um, how you doing, Gary?
Yeah, well, good. Yourself?
Good, thank you. All good, all good. So
What
I
sort of
realise
week
I'm
have you had?
actually pushing a brand here. I
Oh,
just grabbed the nearest t-shirt. Oh,
says
yours is much better than mine. What does yours say?
Moog
Moog.
or
Oh,
Moog,
Huel and Moog. Maybe we
depending
could
on
get some
which side of the
sponsorship.
Atlantic. Yeah, we need
Yeah,
we need to get some sponsorship from these cats,
I
don't
think
we?
so. Fitness and synths.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
perfect marriage.
The sun's blaring in your windows in Ireland again. I'm
Yeah,
just,
it's
I
absolutely
this
beautiful. It's been beautiful all week. It's been
this
really
whole
nice.
thing about Ireland gets lots of rain. I don't believe it. I only
Yeah,
see sun when I see
just to
you,
keep
Gary.
people out, just to keep the English out.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'll keep pushing though.
You were in Ireland last week, weren't you?
I was. Drove over there. Yeah, I landed this Friday morning last week. Not far from you. I'll have to
Hmm.
come see you again soon.
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
surprise
definitely.
Dan on the next call.
Yeah, it's just down the road as well, isn't it?
I know, it's not far. It's not far. How's your week been?
Been busy, been good, yeah. I'm sort of looking forward to a bit of downtime at the weekend, but yeah, lots of lots of music stuff, lots of non-music stuff as well, which has been a
Yeah,
bit of a distraction. But
yeah,
yeah,
I hear.
all positive. What about you?
I'm not long got back from being on tour for 5 weeks, and I'm loving being back at home. Um, I don't get me wrong, I do enjoy being on tour, but it's just nice to be at home with my own autonomy and around my drums again. Quite like it. I can actually practice. Oh, it's weird being a musician on tour. You don't really practice much. You just get on with it. Well, I say other people don't. I don't. I
Mhm.
just, but you realize that playing for 2 or 3 hours a day is practice in itself.
And do you've mentioned before your sound checks are quite perfunctory. The you just basically get in,
Oh,
sit down, and bang
it's
it
so
out.
easy. Basically, because all of our, because we travel with the same production all the time, all of our mixes are set up from the previous night, which we just hone each time to make. I mean, you do with in ears, these in ears that I use, you do depend on the venue, it can affect the sound that you feel slightly. But I've got this Porter and Davis like butt kicker throne, drum throne, which you feel the vibrations of the bass, kick drum, floor toms. I have it, loads of things in there, that and the ears, and it's a real privilege actually. It's like listening to a mixed album that you're actually playing in, you
Mhm.
know. And our monitor engineer, guy called Sean, is always sort of listening. John, do you think your snare could sound a bit better like this? So he'll try a slightly different reverb or compression or
Mhm.
what have you. Yeah. And do you know what? And I'm always learning about, been doing it for years, but I'm still learning about different things and to get the sound, how to achieve the sound I want.
Mhm.
Um, Little things like you really don't want much compression live because you lose all nuance of your dynamics, your ghost notes up to your really loud hits. Everything sounds like almost it puts it into as like a one level um window, which I don't really want. That gates, reverb. Yeah, no, it's quite interesting doing it live as opposed to the studio.
And that sort of technology, the in-ear and having the good monitoring and everything, is that the bar of entry lower these days than perhaps 5, 10 years ago for like
Yeah,
smaller
yeah,
venues and
yeah,
smaller gigs?
yeah, completely. Just this fact that you can save scenes these days, you can save the whole thing as opposed to, I think that dial was there. You know what I mean? We used to do like loads of festival gigs years ago, and even recently where people don't have digital desks and they just take a picture of where all the dials are at. And usually it's the slightest little movement on a dial will make so much difference, and you think, oh, what's the point in doing a sound check, if it's not going to sound like how we sort of worked again. at achieving the sound we wanted at the time. Yeah, no, it's much
And
better these days.
do you have settings from song to song?
No, so I've got my iPad just to my left,
Hmm.
where I've got a bank of faders, with I've customized it so I have on the first screen mainly my drums, guitar, bass, and whatnot. And so if I do need something up or down during the gig, or the front of house changes sometimes in like in the first few songs, so that the front of house speakers they might change where the engineer's pushing in to try and achieve a better sound. That can sometimes affect you on stage a bit. So I sometimes like go up and down or on various bits. It's usually my kick, snare, guitar, or bass, electric guitar or bass that I changed. But honestly, sound checks are literally 5 minutes. It's almost like a line check, just making sure everything works and everything sounds as it should. Yeah, easy.
Hmm.
We used to travel with we like a few years back before we got this current setup. We used to have a different drum kit every night, different monitor engineer every night. So you're kind of working with a kit, probably usually a really good kit, but just hasn't been looked after, and the heads haven't been seated right, and it just sounds rubbish, And you're going, oh god, you like got on a plane at 5 that morning, couple of flights straight to the venue, working with the kit, and then working with the monitor engineer you don't know. Yeah, after a month of that, that was quite testing, but yeah, it's so
I
easy
suppose it's
now.
quite subjective as well,
Yeah.
and it depends on the experience of the engineer, presumably too.
Totally, totally. Best monitoring engineers are female ones because they actually listen to you and they got a really sensitive touch on the dials, right? Uh, Matt, can I have a bit more guitar? And you go, no, 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 less. And you go, no, 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 halfway. And they go, and they're like, oh, come on, mate, make up your mind. And I go, no, no, my mind was made up. I just wanted a tiny little bit. Trying to convey this whilst you're drumming is sometimes bit of a mission. Yeah, but
And
no, it's all
is there
good.
any diva behavior that you witness whenever on tour these days?
Not really, not really. Everyone's just in that kind of head in the zone.
Hmm.
Um, it's just like a well-oiled machine, Gary. If something doesn't work, our front of house guy is probably the best guy I've ever known for actually solving problems. He's so methodical. You know, um, he'll go right. Whereas me, I'd probably go, well, that wire was meant for that, and that wire was meant for that, and then oh, hang about, what was that wire meant for? Yeah, and I go, he's not like that. He's really methodical. So yeah, no, it's pretty good actually. It's pretty good.
Hmm.
Um, and so I've got about 10 weeks at home now, um, before I go back out again. And the summer ones I quite enjoy because we do some good venues. I've called you from Red Rocks before, haven't I, on video?
Yeah, it's
That's
amazing.
quite impressive. I'll do this. We'll do a video cast from there. We should
Yeah,
do that, shouldn't we?
yeah, definitely.
And I sort of show you around everywhere. Do it live. So got that, and lots of outdoor summer gigs in the sort of balmy evenings where you see the sun going down on the stage. I quite enjoy that.
Hmm.
Yeah, with
And are you
loads
doing
of mosquitoes around your head.
much? And is it mostly the US, or are you doing sort of anywhere
Yeah,
else?
mainly US. Quite a few in the UK, throughout May and early June.
Hmm.
But touring wise, actually going away mainly the US. We did Slovakia at the beginning of the year with
Yeah,
10 dates. Yeah.
yeah, you quite enjoyed that, didn't you?
I love that. Also, knowing you're only 2 hours from home, 2 hour flight from home, as opposed to an 8 hour time difference and
Mhm.
10 hours from home. Yeah, no, and I like Eastern Europe. I could do quite a bit more of that. Yeah, no, I enjoy that. Yeah, yeah. And Gary, you were showing me some new toys the other day
Yeah.
that
So
you've got.
I need to. So I've got my second newest is this, which I think I may have had that on
Yes.
the podcast before. So that's a Torso um, T1, and it's basically it's a sequencer. It sounds really boring, but it's really fun.
Yeah.
So really getting to grips with that. It's quite deep. There's lots of layers to it. It's got no screens, so you need to know your shortcuts and everything. But
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
really deep.
Can
So
you
I'm enjoying.
control the Can you control the dials from that from a computer, or is it all completely analog? Like
The you can. It's more the other way. You would drive your DAW from that,
right.
or
Okay.
your MIDI instruments.
Yeah.
So it's so for example, you could be adjusting the filter or other parameters on your plugin, your synth plugins or whatever, or
Yeah.
your drum plugins or whatever, or indeed your hardware synths,
Yeah.
and yeah, to free you away from the screen of your computer. So that's you can do lots with it. And then the other toy is the sort of the poor man's subharmonicon. So it's the Behringer Spice. I've got it all plugged in here,
Oh, don't
but
have to get it. Don't unplug it. Oh, I
so
have.
it's so that's a new toy. I got that a few weeks back, and I'm
Great,
really
man.
starting to get to grips with that. And it's pretty baffling when I
Yeah.
crank it up. Um, it sort of makes these ungodly honks and squawks and everything. But when you sort of spend a bit of time to really try and tame it, it starts to sing sweetly, and
And
it interacts really interestingly with other. Like I've got it's semi modular, so you can get all the wires and plug it into other synths, like my grandmother
ah,
here.
okay. Oh, that's
So
cool.
and you can really a really broad palette of sounds
Yeah.
whenever you start using it with other bits of equipment. So, but it's really complicated, and again, it's all sort of polyrhythms and
Yeah.
unusual. So it's rather than harmonics, it's subharmonics. So it's you just a different sort of harmonic feel to what you're used to, So
Yeah.
it's yeah. I need really to for me to spend the ages to get anything useful out of it. I reckon, unless I'm very conservative with it.
And have you
But
got a window of
yeah,
time
it's
coming
good
up for
fun.
that, Gary?
Yeah, I'm going to spend some time the next couple of weeks actually, because I want to
Yeah.
do a sample pack for Groove Loops with it.
Okay, cool. Great.
So I'll be really digging into the detail in the next few days and weeks
Amazing.
with that. So
Sounds great. Sounds great.
it's good
And,
fun.
have you used any of these on your latest album at all?
No, not yet. No.
Yeah.
So all of this stuff will be on any subsequent tracks that I'm
Yeah.
working on. So
Great. Great.
that's a good
So
plug.
that
Nice segue there, John.
thanks, man. Well, it's my mission this weekend. Gary's given me a link to his new album, so I'm gonna download it and have it on my headphones whilst gardening. I'll let you know. I'll let you know, Gary.
Hopefully you do. Doesn't make you want to self harm. Hopefully. Um,
That's quite niche.
and what about you? You doing any music? You doing any music over the weekend?
Um, so I think I was mentioning this to you the other day. I've just not long ago bought a hang drum, which is like a hand pan. In fact, I just go and grab it. So I'll just be chilling out. I go up to a mountain top and just sound like a right hippie, but go and play this. Give me a minute. Yeah, I think it's behind here.
With your gummies?
Um,
Oh, it's quite big.
it's like a flying saucer. But I just plug myself back in. So yeah. So I don't know if you can hear it through. Can you hear this?
Yep. Yep.
So I just sort of take this to wherever I go. It's so nice being a drummer. You usually have to take loads of stuff, but this you just put in a backpack. So yeah, that would be me this weekend.
Nice. I
Yeah.
can see you down Glastonbury doing a bit of that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. with a
And have you done any recording with it?
so not this one, but I there's a company in America called 8DO,
Oh yeah.
um, where it's a package company where I hired one years ago and recorded and deep sampled the whole thing. And then after that, I heard it on loads and loads of TV and film bits. It was almost like the craze at the time.
Mhm.
And I looked it up, and a lot of it was the stuff I sampled.
And
So
was it loops or single hits?
individual hits, so that people then on a keyboard can, just play it in. I think I've got
How's
this.
it tuned?
Um,
Is it?
uh, so I'm not too sure actually. How about this one is in D, I think.
Mhm.
Um, it's like a weird intervals, quite ethereal. I need to check that out. See
Yeah.
what the actual notes are. But I really enjoy that. Um, yeah. So that'd be me. Do you know what? I haven't been on tour for a while. All I want to do is just do music for me,
Mhm.
not even recording, just actually play. So yeah, that's what I'll probably be doing. Yeah, yeah, like a hippie on a hill.
So do you have to drive somewhere to get to said hill, or can you walk?
You can walk. It's about 40 minutes walk or like a 4 minute drive. And there's no one there, Gary. It's so
Really?
lovely. Yeah, honestly, mate, it's really high up, no one there, and it's just a nice place to zone out. Yeah, it's my go-to. That's what I really miss that place when I'm on tour
Hmm.
because you just with a lot of America I see, it's like a hotel in a car park. And he said parking lot, car park, in the middle of nowhere, um, away from anything, and it can sometimes be. Sounds like I'm not moaning. I'm just saying compared to home,
But you were
it's
saying the other day that you don't really get any time to yourself.
no, probably much more than other bands because we do a bus during the day and a few overnights, then hotels at night. Whereas a lot, honestly, I was chatting to our bus driver Dean, who he took the Jonas Brothers on tour a while back, and I think he said it was like 4 months with 12 people on the bus, no hotels, just all sleeping on the bus. Uh, must admit, you do realize you need your own space.
God, I'd hate that.
Yeah, car can do it. I mean, a week would do me on that.
Mm,
I mean,
absolutely.
and they are really nice buses, but still, it's just being in everyone's headspace for that amount of time, you know.
Yeah, no, I'd end up stabbing somebody, I think.
Right, yeah. I know. Yeah, so yeah, I love my own space. So that's me this weekend. That's me.
Mhm.
Is that a new poster on your back wall? Or has that always been there, Gary?
That's been there for a while. That's
What does it say?
It's Metropolis. It's an old film from black and white film from
I
like
like that.
I think 1920s or something.
Yeah. I was looking at it the other day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
nice.
like
I
that.
like it.
Yeah. I think also you should probably start these podcasts by doing like 12 reps of chin ups, Gary.
It's not going to happen. I just don't like showing off, John.
I know you can do it, and just like you still don't want to make me feel bad.
That's exactly it.
Oh, guys. Right. So, yeah. So that's me this weekend. That's you. And I think Dan will be back next week,
Yeah,
currently
so
sunning
he's in
himself in
Australia.
Australia. Yeah.
Last time I spoke to him, so he's
Yeah.
arrived at the time of it.
Well, we'll get the team back together properly.
Yeah, and we got some interesting guests coming up as well. So we
Great.
need to
Great.
let the people know about that as well at some
Yeah.
stage.
Excellent.
Awesome.
That's all right then, everyone. Have a
Okay, have
great
a good one.
weekend.
Make
You
lots
too,
of music.
Gary. Nice one. See you in a
See
bit.
ya.
Bye.